Now is the time, men of the Empire, to unite!
Welcome to the channel, guys. I'm Warmaster Moloch, and this is a campaign start guide to the big chin booty daddy himself, Karl Franz of Reikland and the Empire. Now, this is a campaign which on the surface appears pretty simple, especially with the new buffs that came out with Thrones of Decay. However, if you don't know what you're doing on this, you can actually trip up quite badly, and it actually caused Legend of Total War some trouble on a live stream quite recently. So I'm going to show you how to go through the early stages of this campaign and get yourself set up so it becomes the cozy little sort of expansion campaign that these can become if you make the right steps early on. So the main thing that seems to catch people out here is that you fall into the whole we must defend the Empire position here, because obviously you've got your Imperial Authority bar. It starts to go down when places like Middenland and such like get taken out. So the obvious instinct is to go across there and start to recapture it once you've taken out the Empire secessionists. That, my friends, is a fucking gigantic trap, because all the while you're mucking around over here with enemies that aren't really a threat to Altdorf if you level the place up properly, you're storing up big problems in the form of Heinrich Kemmler, Grom the Paunch, and if he comes north fast enough, Icket Claw as well. So you can conceivably, while you're dallying around in this area over here and taking care of this business, wind up with 3 very serious heavy hitters getting leveled up, fully armed, and coming to use your nipples for target practice. So I'm going to show you how to fight that off. Now, there's a certain level of randomness in this campaign, partly because you don't get a spellcaster initially, but you do get one at the end of turn 1, well, the beginning of turn 2, but you don't know what lore of magic they're going to get. So sometimes it can be a really good lore of magic like fire, sometimes it can be one that's good but not great for these early stages before you've leveled it up properly, like, say, for example, light. Now, I've tried it with basically every lore, and I've managed to get through the early stages of this campaign fine in the way that I'm about to show you. So let's get to it. Enough talking. So we're going to take Altdorf up to tier 2 first of all, and we're going to demolish the training field. We have no use for that at this early stage. For our research, we're going to go for mass-produced small ammunition and trained marksman. So just click trained marksman, and that'll do you for the next 9 turns. The commandment for Helmgart, I actually recommend going for this one just so you can improve your income from trade tariffs. And now we're going to do something which I don't normally do in a campaign. We're going to go straight into our quick deal here to try and get some deals done here, because sometimes if you don't get these done straight away, you miss out on them in the long term. So we're going to offer a non-aggression pact to Baston. Very nice. And to Paravon as well. And Talabecland will trade with us and give us military access. No, we're not going to go for the military access straight away, because I feel like that's something we'll be able to buy off them eventually. Plus, Karl Franz doesn't have diplomatic penalties for walking through their territory anyway, but we might be able to get that for a bit more money later on. And there we go. That's got us started. And we are going now to start our fight here with the Empire Secessionists. I recommend fighting this battle manually. In fact, I recommend fighting all of these early battles manually, because we're going to be moving really bloody fast. We need to stay on top of this. So let's go into the fight. So get used to this map if you're playing this campaign, guys, because you see it quite a bit. Now, the way I like to fight this is I put the mortars over here, fully protected on this side, so that they can bombard the enemy from there. And what I do then is I set up the handgunners about here, the halberdiers right behind, and the other melee infantry lined up behind that, and then I put my cavalry over here eventually. Karl Franz can just go here. Actually, I'm just going to move these across a little bit here to get a slightly better firing line. There we go. And that should be fine, right? Take the cavalry off of guard mode and we're ready to go. Now I'll send the cavalry round here straight away. Their main job is taking out the crossbowmen and getting a solid rear charge on for us.
Karl Franz!
And the rest is just kind of self-explanatory. The handgunners are going to shoot them on the way in and then fall back behind the line so that the melee can bog them down, and then we'll use Karl Franz's Reikland Rune Fang to buff all of this melee up against the enemy here. Now as you can see, this has dragged some units away, so we're just going to distract them, run around in circles a bit until we've got an opportunity to charge these. Now there it is, the opportunity to charge these crossbowmen without getting bogged down in melee. Okay, and we'll just pull out again now. Don't want to get bogged down by spears. And these are all getting picked apart nicely. And what I'll do now is, having distracted these units and kept them all over here, we're going to now set these up for the rear charge. Bring these forward. These can fall back to here. Yep, we want these aiming at the general there if we can, because he's the tankiest thing they've got. So after a good start there, I kind of let it go a little bit by letting some of the handgunners get killed, largely because of this hill here. But that's fine. We'll recover them over the end turn. So it's effectively the same as a 0 casualties battle, to be honest. Okay, battle done. We're going to take the money. That army's obviously wiped out. We'll move straight into the second battle to take this settlement. And again, we're going to fight it manually. I'll show you the setup, but you don't really need to see too much of how to fight the battle. You've seen what we do with this army here. Okay, for this one, we'll put the mortars here. The handgunners here. And the same kind of situation right behind. Karl Franz to keep them on message, so to speak. And the cavalry I'm going to put over here, because we're just going to charge straight into the middle of those crossbowmen with them. That's pretty much it, really. We just bombard these guys as they're coming in. One thing to mention with this battle is this army tends to spread out a bit more than the first army did. Admittedly, it spread out quite a bit in that first battle, but this is a bit more of a scaled, staggered battle. And there you go. Simple as that. We'll just end the battle there. So we're just going to occupy. We don't want any public order issues in this area. For this building here, we're going to go for grazing pastures, because that growth and casualty replenishment, plus the reduction of recruitment cost for pistoliers, really good. Plus it gives you money, so you definitely want to have that building. For Karl Franz, we're going to go Inspiring Presence and Pistol Corps. We want to max Pistol Corps out. And we're going to recruit 2 units of archers there. And over here at Helmgart, we're going to recruit a Master Engineer. Mechanist is nice, let's go for that. And we're going to recruit 1 unit of archers, because that's all we can get at this early stage. In fact, we might as well just say the 2 now, because we're going to get an extra turn of recruitment anyway, so it's 2. Now, something that I forgot earlier on with the diplomacy. Now, because of the number of factions that you're exposed to with Karl Franz, that means that there are opportunities for a bit more diplomacy to get a bit more money in. So what you want to do is have a look and see who's at war with whom. So Nordland are at war with Scaling. Scaling barely matter to us at all, because they're miles away, and at this stage they don't particularly matter. So what we're going to do is we're going to offer to go to war with them, and we're going to offer to do it for cash. So Nordland will donate to the Imperial coffers, as they bloody well should. We are in charge of them after all. Averland, no, nothing for them. Hockland, you don't want to get involved with the Fecundites. Don't invite Festus to come at you early. Empire Secessionists, obviously not. Talabecland, they aren't at war with anyone else, and I don't think we'll get 37. We might as well add this in now. Why not? Military access.
Who calls?
Ostland, no. Ostermark are at war with Dreicher again. That's a big one. Don't get involved in war with her. The Redhorn tribe are not particularly significant for us, so we will offer that to Stirland. Not the Deceivers, though, because the Changeling can be an enormous pain in the arse. See, that's 1,000 for us. We could squeeze it up a bit more, but I'm not going to faff around nickel and diming in this video here. And Wissenland, Court of Night, obviously will not last very long either, so we're going to offer a deal to Elspeth. That also obviously improves our diplomatic relations with her. Very nice.
Lord, that honor before glory.
Talsin, we're not going to, like, risk that with. Carrick Ziflin, I don't want to be fucking around with dwarfs that are right by us. Curon, you can go for Skull Smashers if you like. I'm going to hold off on that, because sometimes they can get quite big, and I don't want them going for any of our outlying settlements early on. I don't think it's worth the money at this stage. Karazakarak, the Bloody Spears will not last long at all, so let's just go for that. And they'll give us a trade agreement there as well. So that is spot on.
Yes.
And Bersenling aren't a factor as well here with Kislev, and that will get us trade as well. Do we want? Yeah, trade long term, that will see us get the extra benefit rather than the upfront gold. But yeah, that means financially we're now in really good shape for this stage of a campaign. And we've got all our recruitment sorted, I believe. Yep. And yep. And yep, everything's looking good. So that's the end of turn 1, guys. Okay. We're into turn 2, and we got very lucky in this instance. We got a fire wizard. Bear in mind, even if you don't get a great wizard like a fire wizard, if you get light or something weaker than that, you can still do well in this campaign with it regardless. You just have to get used to using projectile spells and things like that at first. Probably the worst one to get, I would say, is Lore of Beasts, at least for the first battle, because you only start out with Wissen's wild form. There are much better laws for you to have than that, but obviously once you've got Flock of Doom for your caster, that's actually a pretty good one for the rest of the campaign. So it swings and roundabouts, but we got lucky here. We got a beast wizard. A fire wizard, guys. So we brought Karl Franz round to here. At Altdorf, we're going to go for the gun building. The wizard started here at Helmgart. That's pretty rare. I don't see that often, but it makes no difference. Okay, we've got the extra unit coming from there. Let's recruit a couple of units from here. And there's nothing else that I need to do in this turn, I believe. I'm going to have another quick look at the diplomacy, see if anything else has opened up for us. But no, predictably, there's nothing there. So that's the end of turn 2, guys. Okay, so we're into turn 3. Karl Franz is obviously going to attack Ubersreik. We will go into encircle for now. We will bring the second lord to here, and we'll give the archers over to Karl Franz. Very nice.
No peace, just war.
And then obviously we're not going to take the auto resolve there. Why the hell would we do that? We'll fight it manually. This battle can be moderately tricky, but if you know how to fight it, very, very simple. We're going to put this one on Karl Franz. And actually, you know what? His leadership isn't really a problem. Give it to the spellcaster in case he has to tank a little. But yeah, we're ready to go. So for this one, obviously it's a pretty formidable enemy you've got, but you have a serious advantage, which is they aren't actually going to attack until you prompt them to, that is. So what I'm going to do, get all the units over here, and we'll form up in roughly our preferred formation. which is roughly that. And those there, that there, spellcaster there, Karl Franz there, and then we're going to take our reinforcement marker over to there. Don't worry about how long it's going to take him. He'll arrive in time because, as I say, they're not going to come at us and we're not going to invite them onto us too early. So we're going to finish that up. Start the battle, and as you can see, they're staying where they are. We're just going to drag our army, turn it a little bit, and go right up against that sideline. And we'll speed run this a bit. So we're arriving over here, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up the artillery about here. I'm going to turn the artillery off of fire at will. Archers to there. Melee to there. We're going to send Karl Franz forward now. This is a bit cheesy, but we're going to waste their mortar ammo. So we don't have to worry about dealing with that. So you just come within the aiming cone here, and then you just dodge from side to side. If you've never wasted ammo on the enemy before, this is how you do it. Just watch the firing arc and turn around. As you can see, we've taken a couple of hits there. So just turn around. We'll bring this guy over to here. Okay. Their mortars are now basically just a really shit melee unit. So what we're going to do, we're going to move forward a little bit from here, but I do like where the firing cone is. See this little space here? That is Blob Central Station usually when they're on the approach, so it's a good spot to choose because you can drop mortar shots right into that. We're going to get our archers turned slightly. Melee like that. Handgunners to here, cavalry to here. I want the swordsman a little... Do you know what? We're going to pull these a little bit deeper, actually, because they do have a fair few ranged units. We're going to have one general there, Karl Franz there, and the spellcaster is going to go to here. Now I can put the mortars on fire at will. And the spellcaster is going to come to here, and we're going to use Fireball, and we're going to aim at units that are relatively close to blobs. So that unit of crossbowmen there's a chance of potentially hitting the spearmen in front of them as well as that unit of archers.
What?
I think I called them crossbowmen a second ago. They're not crossbowmen. They're not that good. But they're still a pain in the ass, and killing them is still important. Aim that one to there. Yeah, they're thinning out the blob a bit here. That's okay, because sooner or later they do reach this point here, where they don't really have a choice but to blob up a little. Might even make sense to aim over here for a second with this shot, because, yeah, they're blobbing up quite nicely there if I go for that unit of spearmen. Maybe not that one. Let's go for that unit of swordsmen instead. Back off a little bit. Yeah, I think that clipped a couple of units there. He's already on 34 kills though, so he's doing well, considering he's just using the most basic spell of the Law of Fire. Got some handgunners here. Gotta watch out for those. They're very dangerous. We'll see if we can kill some of them with a fireball. That would be lovely. And these guys are now coming into mortar range. Yeah, we killed 7 of the handgunners there. And he's up to 50 kills just with fireballs. If you've got something like, say, Law of Light, for example, you can use Shem's Burning Gaze to do exactly the same thing. Ranged units are definitely a preferred victim set here. Right, we want the mortars to aim for those handgunners because they're very, very dangerous. Another 18 kills there. Let's aim at that blob now for maximum effect with the mortars. Keeping an eye over here because they've got their Empire Knights in that direction. That was a really nice hit. Let's start aiming for the handgunners now. Right, we're going to charge this cav here. And we're going to bring the halberdiers over to help with that. Yeah, bog them down. And then this general I want to have come over here and bog down those archers. Karl Franz, let's trigger the Rune Fang. And we're going to send the melee in to help out here. Right, the cav has split. Shoot them. Get the cav out of there, because what we want to do now is bog down these ranged units. Mortars to there. Get that general out the way, because he's liable to get himself killed up against that Empire general. What I'll do now is I'll bring the archery. We've got the great swords as well. I haven't been using those. Let's pull those into that fight there. We want to bog down handgunners as much as we can. No, 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 no. You seriously need to follow my advice and get the fuck out of there, mate. You are not good at this. There we go. Now we'll get these handgunners with the cav. We'll send the great swords in to bog down that general. I'm going to tell the mortars to stop firing now. And we've won. There you go. Nice and simple. And yeah, we'll just leave it there. That's how you win that fight. Okay, again, we're just going to occupy. And now I'm going to go to, not elector counts, I'm going to go to electoral machinations. We could have done this last time, but I'm going to do it now. We're going to go call to arms, Ubersreik, because that reduces your recruitment cost and your local raises your local recruitment capacity. So we're going to perform that there. And we're going to recruit one more unit of archers and 2 units of pistoliers. I really like pistoliers for these early Empire campaigns. For this guy, we're going to go Inspiring Presence. For Karl Franz, we will go double pistol core, so that's now maxed out. And it'll be Fireball and the Burning Head for our wizard. We really did get lucky getting that fire wizard there. But hey, you can do what I'm doing here with any wizard. This just happens to make it a bit less painful. So, end turn 3. Okay, turn 4, there's an Undercity at Altdorf. I'm pretty sure there's always an Undercity at Altdorf. It's just a matter of whether you do anything about it or not. This looks... I mean, what's the cost of getting rid of this thing at the moment? It's only 1,000 to get rid of this now. I'm going to do it. Let's just get rid of it. We've got the spare gold. So we're going to start taking the shooting range up to Firearms Academy. We're going to go for the artillery building as well, and then from there I am going to go for money, because money can get tight early on, especially when you've just spent 1,000 getting rid of a sodding Undercity. Now, we're obviously going to go straight for Aleheart.
Attack!
Move the other lord in.
Imperial Scholar.
Something to note as well, don't bother building up any of these other cities here. They're not worth it. They can fall at any time. The main thing you want to do is make sure that Altdorf is well protected. The others you can recover later. We're going to get rid of this barracks building here as well. We don't need that.
Men, we must...
We're not going to auto-resolve this because we want to minimise our casualties. So manual resolve, but you know how to win this. Simple as that. Let's see how many casualties we actually took there. Yeah, 25. Most of them pistoliers while they were kiting the enemy. Just occupy.
Summon the Elector Counts.
That's all fine.
Master Engineer.
We're going to recruit 1 unit of archers with Karl Franz.
Invention is my gift.
And 2 units with this other general.
For the Empire, my invention.
For this other general, we're going to put 1 into Pistol Corps.
The nation calls.
For Karl Franz, we're now going to go down to his blue line for Root Marcher. And for the Spellcaster, we'll go Kindle Flame. And now we've got a commandment for Altdorf. I am going to say... let's go for the recruitment one for the next turn or so. But after that, we'll go over to the growth one. But our growth's not really a problem at this moment in time. I have another quick look at diplomacy, just in case something's popped up. But it hasn't. Let's see if there are any new small enemies for our good friends. You don't want to get into the Black Pit tribe goblins either. They're a pain in the ass. Having them and Khazrak going after Altdorf is just asking for trouble early stage. So just deal with Khazrak instead.
All right. Who calls? Sigma's will.
Yes?
Von Dracker.
What? So?
Anad, you may speak.
Yeah, that'll all do fine. So we will end turn 4 there. So turn 5, Skull Smashers. We probably should have done the deal there for Skull Smashers, but sometimes they last longer than this. We should have offered Bretonia a war against the Skull Smashers for a little bit of extra money, but it doesn't matter that we missed out on that. It's fine. Now, this army I'm pretty contented with at the moment. I am going to send Karl Franz to the very edge of Fort Bergbrez's territory here in Forced March, because we want to steal every inch we can. Now, this is the part where the campaign can start to get a little bit random. We're not going to declare immediate war on Heinrich Kemmler, but basically we're obviously going straight for him. Let's go for some archers while we can here. Ubersreik, which we probably should have done something about last turn, actually, now I think about it, but we'll get the money building there.
Work to do.
Yeah, we could have built that building last turn, but that's okay. Just remember to do that yourselves next time. Basically, we're going for Heinrich Kemmler, but we don't want him to know we're coming. Now, Heinrich Kemmler is over here at... I think it's Castle... yeah, it's Castle Artois. I was about to say Castle Baston, but that's round here somewhere, I think. He's at Castle Artois. He's just taken it. Now, sometimes this army will be inside Gissereau. Sometimes it won't be. It doesn't really make a huge difference where it is at this stage, okay? So, for now, we're just going to say end the turn. Now, we don't have any of our heroes yet. That'll be next turn. We can recruit a couple of heroes. So, we're going to end the turn there. Okay, so we're on turn 6 and we've got this option here. We're going to go for Angry Gods, get that growth, forget about the public order. That's not a worry. For these ones, I would favour Talabecland. It always comes up Talabecland versus Stirland early on. I favour Talabecland because Stirland tends to get wiped out, so you'll need to bring them back later. So we just go with that. Now, as you can see, there's an army inside here. Heinrich Kemmler's whole stack is over here at Castle... We said Castle Artois. There we go. So now we've got to get the right approach to dealing with him. We want to go for 3 units of handgunners there. In fact, we can do the call to arms again, and I'm going to get that extra unit of them.
So many ideas.
Extra unit of handgunners. You could go for an extra unit of mortars, but I'm not especially fussed about that. And we're going to go for a witch hunter here. Disciplined is the best one of those that we've got this time round. And for our engineers, perceptive, master builder. Yeah, it's going to be master builder, isn't it? So we put them in there. Now, for your attack on Heinrich Kemmler, as you can see, we're close enough to just bypass Cicero entirely and go straight for Blackstone Post. So that's what we're going to do. Why is it making me go, like, round that way? Let's come to here. We're going to declare war. Yeah, it was because of, presumably, Cicero being there and under the control of Heinrich Kemmler was mucking up the pathfinding. So we've snuck in to attack the Blackstone Post straight away by not declaring war early and not taking the easy win at Cicero. We want to catch Kemmler out. So obviously we don't have any siege equipment, but we don't need it because we've got Karl Franz here. This battle's simple enough. I'll also show you how you can win it using laws of magic that aren't quite as good as fire. Like, say, light, because you won't have banishment and things like that straight away. So I'll show you the route while we're doing this. Okay, first thing you want to do, get everyone over here. Just so you don't forget anyone. Now, Karl Franz, put him there. Archers split into squads of 2 units. Handgunners like that. Cav, put the mortars closest. And finally melee. Caster. Take everyone off of fire at will. And just move them to this dead zone here where there's no tower coverage.
Are you with me, men of the Empire?
Move Karl Franz to here. Just so he can occupy the towers if they start firing. Now, if there's a small army outside, which sometimes happens, in this instance there was just the army on the inside of Blackstone Post, that's absolutely fine. Just attack Blackstone Post as normal. They use some death magic there. That's okay. Don't particularly care about that. And we can move Karl Franz to here now. Now, what we can... Sorry, that distracted me a little bit there, that death magic. If you've got a weaker law of magic, something you can do in here is if you've got death, obviously you hold on to it until the AI has used up all of its magic on heals, and then you start using it against the lords, heroes, and then finally units once they're available. You use Spirit Leech on them, I should say. If you've got heavens, you use Wind Blast through the walls against the enemy there. If you've got light, which is probably the weakest, you've got Shem's Burning Gaze, so you basically just beat down the gates, and then you can pop in and out, casting Shem's Burning Gaze at them. I've actually had, I think it was more than 400 kills with a spellcaster in this battle who had Law of Light, and I was only using Shem's Burning Gaze. So as much as it's not a great Law of Magic for this particular fight, you can still win with it. Now, we're going to get the spellcaster to about here. And the mortars to about here. And what we're looking for is blobs. But not just blobs, because mortars aren't very accurate. Something's getting shot at there. Let's just move these back a little bit, because we've got an active tower now. You're looking not only for blobs, but also opportunities in which there are shots that will land when they've missed the main target. So like a little bit of a spread as well as the blob. So here is quite good, because they weren't just a blob, they were spread out a little bit. So any misfires, they were still hitting. Like, I think they hit every projectile there. So that's good. Bear in mind the AI will heal, but that's absolutely fine because they're using up heals that they could really do with saving their Winds of Magic for when we start attacking their generals and their heroes. So we're just going to aim into this here. Very good. That's very blobby. Do you know what? Time for a burning head through there, I'd say. I was hoping that was going to get the double hit. Something else to watch out for. In the event that a unit starts crumbling, stop firing at it. Save your ammo. That's especially important when you don't have Lore of Fire, for example, or just a very powerful lore, so that you can conserve your ammo so you don't wind up making trouble for yourself and having to fight more melee than you really want to. Ideally, you don't want to get into melee here at all. And I'm going to be methodical with this, so I'm going to be cutting the battle quite a bit here and there, because we're just going to be picking our shots with the mortar and the burning head. And then once we're done with that, that's when we will start using our archers. Now, we've got a hero up on the walls here. Let's see if we can snipe him with the handgunners. Oh, aim for there with the mortars now. That's looking good. And we'll stick a burning head through there as well, I think. I might have missed it a little bit there. No, it's still solid. Still solid kills. There's a crumbling unit. As I say, you don't want to be aiming any ammo at that. He says right as he forgets to turn off. There you go. They crumbled out. Right, is that hero still up there? Right, let's have a shot at him. See if we can take him out. Yep, we're doing good damage there. Let's get rid of him. Or do as much damage to him as we can while he runs. There we go. Okay, we'll just leave him alone for the moment. Burning head through there. That unit looks like it's crumbling. Yep, so that'll die out by itself now, or it should anyway. Sometimes they go back to critical binding, but that looks like it's going to die out. So what I'll do now, we want to get rid of the stuff that's up on the wall, so I'm going to send archers to here. I want to watch out for that tower line there. And we're going to loop shots over the top. Now, watch out for that tower there, because that can get some shots into you. Oh, here we go. The hero's back up. Just get rid of him quickly. Ah, he split. Move the archers around a bit. I don't want to take too many shots there. We do have some units up on the walls here that we can aim at. And I'm just going to use them squads of two, aiming into the sides and backs wherever I can to do most damage. What are you doing there? Did I not say aim for these up on the wall? We'll go for the crypt ghouls because they're still up on the wall. Okay, let's try shooting these. It's not normally the best angle to take these shots. They're lobbing quite well there, actually. You want lob shots, not straight shots, when you're taking on these wall units. I'm going to come to here, and we're going to go for a lob shot against these cairn raids. I'm trying to prioritize the stronger units. Like, do as much damage to them as I can. Get the spellcaster to here, because I think we're going to get another good blob here soon. They started moving just as I was taking the shot on. It's one of the downsides of playing at high speed, but hey ho. See, they used their their Winds of Magic, healing shitty units, and now they can't do anything when we start shooting them. And that hero's gone. We're going to bring these units to here, and we're going to start shooting these Cairn Wraiths in the back. I've only got enough for a fireball here. That's fine. Once we've broken down the gates, we can send a fireball through there if we want to. That's what I do with Shem's Burning Gaze when I'm using that for this fight. Let's get another unit of archers, another squad of archers over here so that they can do lob shots at things over the top of the walls. And I can just lead them and fire at will because they're not putting anything up in this section. And at this stage, I'm going to send Karl Franz and the Reichsguard to start beating down the gates. Okay, so the gates are destroyed. I want to get the cavalry out of the way because that irritating tower will still shoot at them. Degroup those and just get them out of the way. And what I'll do now is I'm going to get the handgunners into position here just outside the gate and put them on fire at will. Nice, right. One of the ways to provoke the enemy into coming forward is to get Karl Franz to rush in here on his horse and start taking the gate. Even though we've already broken the gate open, they still really care a lot about this little marker here. For some fucking reason. There you go, the general's coming in. So we'll come back through to here. And that should enable us to get it to neutral. There we go. There we go. And now the general's going to stand there taking it while getting shot. Because what he cares about is getting this stupid fucking thing back. I cannot see his health bar because of this fucking banner. How stupid is that? But he's crumbling. So he's gone. Victory is now within our grasp. Karl Franz can come back to here. The fell bats have come in. They won't last very long. As you can see, they're just feeding themselves into the teeth of these handgunners. Because they care so fucking much about whether or not this is green or not, even though the gate's been broken down already. There we go. And there you go. That's the army loss penalty. They still had plenty left, but we had the advantage and they knew it. So that's the end of the battle, guys. It's as simple as that. It's a bit cheesy. It takes time, but you just grind your way through them. Because the AI is stupid, so why not take advantage of it? So, battle done. We are going to loot and occupy.
Yes, to unite the provinces.
And we're going to build a barracks here, because we're going to sell this to Karak Ziflin for money. And building a barracks there makes it more valuable financially to them. We will go for... I'm going to go Reassuring Presence. And then we're going to put 2 into the Burning Head. That's maxed that out now. Helmgart we will just leave as is.
Engineer.
But yeah, that is the end of turn 6. We have got Heinrich Kemmler's homeland, lads. Now, should have mentioned, over this end turn, Kazrak always attacks Altdorf. Do not worry about it. Just auto-resolve it. It's not hard. Take the money. He can't take it. He's just really dumb and keeps trying. Or he does it at least once anyway. So, turn 7. And Heinrich Kemmler has moved to Gisero because he knows he's under attack and he wants to protect the settlements that he's got. So he can't resist. He's come across to Gisero, which is a much less defensible position for him to hold. He's got a backup army there. So if we have a look at everything he's got, this amounts to a lot. What's that? That's 7... Looks like 11 or 12 units there. Another general and 2 units there.
My
And he's obviously got a hero as well. So what we're going to do, let's just quickly
Engineer.
embed these heroes.
Contraptions to hasten our movement.
Keen sight.
Karl Franz comes around and besieges Gisero
Ulrich's will.
in camp. Now we're going to bring this army
Pioneer of progress.
into forced march. I'm going to bring it right the way to here,
In pursuit of knowledge.
because then
Men, war
we
calls.
should be able to refuse large armies and get ourselves some good reinforcements. So
Sir.
let's attack. So it's obviously, you can see it's saying decisive victory. I don't want to take that because the auto-resolve might take more casualties than I'm happy with. Let's have a look and see what the auto-resolve is showing. So it's not showing any units wiped out. But here's the thing. We immediately want to move on from here to Castle Artois, and from there we want to go after Grom the Paunch. So we do not want to leave ourselves open to having to wait for a time just to replenish our troops. So what I'm going to do is fight this manually and refuse to control large armies. That way he can't bring in everything he's got. And what I've got is honestly a little bit better than what he's got. He and his Necromancer hero are the biggest threats alongside the Hex Wraiths. They've got some fast stuff. This is fine. I will fight through this pretty simply. So for this map, there is a nice little corner here. One little issue is this grove of trees, but that's fine. You can work your way around this. So I'm going to set up my mortars in that area there. Archers thus.
The Empire endures.
And I'm going to checkerboard them a bit. Not full checkerboard, but just a little. We're going to put the handgunners here. Karl Franz I'm going to have a bit further forward. I'm going to have the spellcaster here. Has he got a mount yet? No, he hasn't. That's fine. I'm going to hide our melee cav here. And our reinforcements are all the way over here, so that's a shame, but hey-ho. It's going to take a while for them to come in, but it's also going to take a while for the fight to really get going. So we're going to have these here, because obviously we aren't going to be getting any reinforcements until we actually start killing units, so it's not a problem. And our Pistoliers, we're going to have... I want to lure something fast towards us so that we can kill it sooner. So ideally, dire wolves, cairn wraiths, stuff like that. The hex wraiths would be ideal, but that might take some time to get them interested. So we're going to immediately start backing up and set the artillery to turn. I'll turn them off of fire at will for the moment because they can tend to hurt your Pistoliers if you're not careful. Okay, the dire wolves have backed off a little bit. So I'm going to pull these along the line and see if we can get the fell bats or the the hex wraiths interested. Because we want to be chased by something. Ideally something that's not really fucking slow. There we go, the bats are coming. Because if we can get units that are fast to come at us, that means that we can wipe them out before their comrades get anywhere near them. For fuck's sake, shoot at the stuff that I actually want you to kill, you idiots. Because these things are actually faster than Pistoliers. They just have a weird attacking arc, so they don't do very well against them. There we go. They just kind of try and lure you into slowing down. The rest of the army still not showing an interest in coming in, which is good for us. Gives us more time to do stuff like this, which weakens their overall army. And now the handgunners will wipe the fellbats out. And there we go. Now let's get over here. It looks like the hex wraiths are coming in, which is superb. We want to get rid of them. Dire wolves as well. Dire wolves are extremely fast. They can catch and rout Pistoliers very quickly, so we're going to have to be careful with this. But Hex Wraiths, and they are faster than Pistoliers as well, actually. So we've got to be careful with how we skirmish here. Oh, there we go. Direwolves are coming at us. Let's move. So what I want to do here, let's go for that unit further forward to act as the kind of line break. We will have the halberdiers further forward there.
Emperor's might! Go! Go! Let's go! Take position! Formation march!
And then Karl Franz just bogged down the Hex Wraiths. Right, I'm going to go to fire at will now because we do have melee blobs coming towards us. What I'm going to do then is I'm going to try and get these around the side so I can try and lure some units away. Aim for that blob.
Seething fire! Ready for war! Karl Franz! Taking position!
There we go, some units are coming around to try and get theirs against our Pistoliers. And that means we can just lure them away. I want one unit to come over here. Pull back, lads. Fuck's sake. Okay, bring these round to here, and we will start bringing the cavalry in.
Leave them in flames! Ready for war! Ready for war! That's an order! Swordsmen! For the Emperor!
Handgunners!
Formation!
Right, tie these down, tie these down. Oh, we just ran into a unit over here. That's okay. Get out of there. How's Karl Franz doing? Okay.
Charge! Yes! For Heldenhammer! Now! The winds glow hot. Come on! Send us out!
Okay, send the cavalry through at those skeleton spearmen. Hit them in the back. Right, Karl Franz is getting a bit beaten up by the hero there. Krell, I should say. So let's just get him out of the way and we'll kite with him now. In fact, I would like to get rid of Heinrich Kemmler as soon as possible. Krell's not fast enough to catch Karl Franz on his mount. So we can now just get free shots. I am going to tell these to stop firing at will. Right, they're now routed, so let's just head in here. And we've managed to just make them chase a unit of really shitty cavalry around that can't even do anything right now. Right, Karl Franz, I need you to come to here.
Attack! No lingering!
Some of our melee's routing now.
I am a
But that's okay, we're doing fine.
no lingering!
In fact, I'm going to route this melee off the battlefield if I can.
Raise swords! Prepare for combat! At speed!
Right, aim for Krell.
I'll burn them! We are Sigmar's heirs! Ready for war! Take the ground! By all
Let's get them out of the way.
No lingering! I will not stand idle! Go! Moving faster! To battle!
Right, get them aligned.
Formation! March! Moving now!
And Krell is very nearly done. Just run across this gun line again quickly. He's done. He's done.
Taking enemy!
Okay, so we want to get rid of Kemmler next.
Summon fire!
We've got our spare general coming in. I'm going to go to fire at will there. And with this general, I'm actually going to
Gate troops!
give some more ammo to our handgunners, because obviously they're the most powerful ranged unit we have. Oh shit, hang on. Deal with those dire wolves that are coming in from the reinforcements. Karl Franz, you can go and help with that actually.
By gun and saber!
Yes, sir. Seek
Handgunners, get rid of those.
This is my command! Architect of destruction!
handgunners!
Would be nice. There we go. Right, now let's go for this general.
I will put you down! Mortar! Reichsguard Knights! Engineer!
Okay, we've got the engineer hero coming in as well.
We are ready! Ready!
And that is the army loss penalty, guys. It was as simple as that. Look at them all just chasing around shit that they can't catch. And getting rid of the single entities just meant that they cracked easily. That's almost the end of Heinrich Kemmler's faction. So that's the end of this turn. We are just going to occupy again.
Master Engineer!
And we're not going to worry about the attrition here. It's for that matter, there isn't even any attrition. What am I talking about? They haven't taken this recently enough now.
And Emperor!
Oh, sorry, far enough ago. So we go for reassuring presence here, and I'm going to say fervent because we're going to be dealing with more vampires over time when we go for Vlad von Karstein in this campaign. Evasion for the spellcaster.
Expert in innovation!
This lord, we're going to put one into pistol core.
Complacent.
The engineer, increased mobility and survivalist. And the witch hunter, I'm going to go scavenge and accusation. Now, Blackstone post, as I mentioned, we're going to sell this to Carrick Ziflin.
Yes. Manlings come. They only do when they want something.
Because honestly, we don't really need it. And it's worth 7,500 gold, which at this stage is an absolute bloody fortune. So you just got this guy left. He's in really bad shape, but Castle Artois is all that Heinrich Kemmler has left.
Pioneer of progress.
And with that in mind, let's have a look at our settlement stuff here. That's all looking fine, so we shall leave that be. In fact, at this stage, I am going to go to the... I don't think growth is hugely important at this stage. Maybe control, because our public order is not amazing. Yeah, so we'll go for control for that one. And that is the end of turn 7, guys.
Into a new golden age.
Okay, so we're into turn 8. We've got some prestige available, so we're going to just take that +1 for all elector counts there. We can start taking Altdorf up to tier 3. It helps that we took that money for Blackstone post, eh?
Bring me to my
And now we're going to head over to
That is
Castle
my right to
Artois.
my Sigmar's crown. I'll send Schwartz Helm in my stead. Fight for our nation.
Imperial scholar.
And then this guy follows
There's
in.
much to do.
To war.
We've got some damaged infantry units, so I'm not going to auto-resolve this. We'll fight it manually, but you don't really need to watch this one. Okay, so there is one thing that I'll show you for this battle. The starting location you want to go for is here. The reason for that is there's only one tower that can attack you now. If you position yourself properly, that is. Now, you can use the mortars, obviously, to take them out. It depends on your circumstances. If there's another army inside, and I've fought Heinrich Kemmler's entire starting army inside with the garrison and one using Law of Light, which is obviously just Shem's Burning Gaze at this stage. And we won it pretty comfortably. But what I had to do was get Karl Franz to tank the fort tower shots so that I could use the mortar shots to take out infantry on the inside to just whittle away at them. And then I just put my archers like here and here and here and just had them shoot over the top at blobs. It's very, very simple. Just, again, a bit cheesy. In the event that you are facing something a bit heavier duty with some real forces inside, once you've used up all your archer ammo and your magic and your mortar ammo, what you can do is use Karl Franz to block this point here and then move your handgunners inside so that you can then shoot into stuff that's blobbing around him. And if needs be, you can move your melee infantry in to support him, have the cavalry come around and smash down this gate, and then they can attack from the back. The Pistoliers can shoot them in the back, the Reichsguard can charge them in the back, etc., etc. But we've got plenty of stuff here because we have reinforcements to come in as well. This is going to be very simple. I'll see you at the end, guys. There we go. That is that. I don't think we even took any casualties there. Let's have a quick look. No, no casualties at all. And here we will just occupy, because we can hold on to this if we want to. But if you decide you don't want to hold on to anything in Bretonnia, you can always just sell Gisero and Castle Artois on. I'll just get rid of the growth building here and get another barracks building, and it becomes extremely valuable straight away.
So,
Irrepressible for Karl Franz. Flamestorm for the caster.
Master engineer.
For this guy, we will go Pistol Core.
Upgrades are vital.
For this one, we will go Survivalist. Bloody Blade for
Expert.
the Witch Hunter. And we're going to recruit another couple of units of archers. We can have a commandment here. Let's go for control and trade tariffs for now. We'll try to keep hold of this place if we can. If not, we'll just sell it on. It's no big deal. And as you can see, Reikland is not struggling without us at all. So we are just going to end the turn there.
Immaculate have set a new standard.
Okay, over the end turn, we got besieged, which obviously screwed with our replenishment on our melee. It's so stupid. This should not be allowed. One dude should not be able to fuck with your replenishment for an entire turn like that. But hey ho, let's just get rid of him. Oh my god, he's still alive. Right, okay. At this moment, it doesn't particularly matter because we're just heading to Gisero next anyway. So let's just cream a bit of experience from this. That was such bullshit. The fact that he was able to besiege us over the end turn by himself is bad enough, but the fact that he didn't die straight away in the auto-resolve, just unforgivable. But yeah, did give us a bit of free experience, I suppose. And do you know what? I'm gonna... No, I don't think that'll work. I was going to switch some units around for a second there, but I don't think that'll work. That's the end of the Barrow Legion anyway, so... These come to here. That means that we can't do any recruitment over this end turn, but that doesn't matter. We've got plenty of units here. We're going to increase mobility. And elusive for the Witch Hunter. And here's where it's all going to start to get a little bit random, guys. Like, normally Paravon's gone by this stage. The Wood Elves have normally taken it out. These Gobbos are looking a bit irksome, but we're okay for the moment. We can always just go back and get that. Let's go for the barracks building there as well, in case we do decide to just sell Gisero and Castle Artois on. And yeah, basically Grom could be just about anywhere. So what we need to do is start sending out something like our Witch Hunter just to go and scout out the area and see exactly where he is. Sometimes he's as far north as being able to attack Helmgart by this stage. This is the point at which you're going to have to judge the campaign based upon your own campaigns and how it's all set up. But I will show you how I'm going to get through this particular one, because our objective here now is to wipe out the Grom the Paunch. Let's have a look at our diplomacy before we end the turn. Okay, Leoness. Very keen for a non-aggression pact.
Aye. It is night. Me. Sigma's will.
And let's see what enemies everyone's got now. Black Venom. We can...
Greetings, my countrymen. Do you come in peace on this fine mark tag?
And a second, is Elspeth at war with Black Venom? Because she might have more money. No, she's not. Okay. Yes. Everland.
Approach and make your offer.
Sure, we'll enter a war with Black Venom with you, and we won't do anything at all in that war.
Who calls?
Very, very helpful. I'm sure you'll agree, friends.
Von Draken.
Protector of the realm.
Yeah, we could probably
Armored in faith. Do you know who? King Lewin
declare war on like Mousillon, for example, but that's a distraction. We really want to just go straight in after Grom the Paunch. So that's the end of turn 9. So over the end turn, Vlad has demanded money from us. Now, he's a long way away, and there's lots of stuff between him and us in the meantime, but I don't trust the AI to not just walk their way through and attack us first. So I'm going to agree to give him that money because we do have the spare, and I don't want to be distracted from taking out Grom at this moment in time. That doesn't always happen, by the way, guys. And there, guys, you can see a Grom the Paunch army, which is what I mean. He can spread out pretty damn fast. Now, our melee is not in great shape. And honestly, I want to do a bit of armies, a bit of unit switching in this instance. So we're going to swap some guys around.
My orders are to move.
So we'll take these out. What am I doing? Yep, that's fine. All the heroes together, all the handgunners together. Just no melee, which is awkward, but we can get through with it. Now, let's have a look at our range. We can move pretty swiftly here, so let's just go down through Castle Baston. Because normally Grom has taken
By the comet. In the name of Magnus.
Aquitaine and the settlement next to it. I can't remember what it's from. Bordelot.
Pioneer.
And what I want to do is keep these guys close together in case Grom's got a war. That way we can refuse to control large armies when the fight comes. This is all fine. Altdorf's heading up to tier 4, so that's good. Tier 3, I should say. We're going to go now to artillery for our research. We're going to go ordnance canisters and refined schematics. And again, we're not going to put any growth into these settlements. We're just going to defend Altdorf for now. Anything else we can recover when we want to. But yeah, end the turn there. Okay, Paravon has now been wiped out, and it's been wiped out by Grom. Okay, so we're going in slightly the wrong direction here. It looks like Grom is more a problem in this direction, so... Do you know what? Let's see how many settlements he's got. Broken Axe has got 5 settlements, so we know he'll have this... and this, so he might have even... Has he taken out the Fey Enchantress? Would it even tell us at this stage?
Let the supplicant come forward. Clever.
Let's just check our quick deals before we start making any moves.
I am the blood of...
Sick? All right.
Alright. I'm going to play a hunch here rather than sending my...
The elector counts. I am Franz. They will obey.
hero to go and scout. I am going to head in this direction. I think this is where Grom is.
Imperial scholar.
And we're going to keep our armies close together again. I don't think he hasn't got a war, but he could declare it at any time. We want the option to not control large armies. And he's a spammy enough bastard anyway, so he's always got a lot of stuff with him. And we shall end turn 11 there on the approach to Paravon. Okay, so my hunch about Grom's position was correct, because here he is, and he's launched a war against Karak Ziflin. Seems kind of wasteful to launch it against a minor settlement, but there you go. No one ever accused goblins of being particularly smart, especially the fat ones. Now, what I need to do then is take advantage of this opportunity to get rid of his starting army, especially because he's in forced march, so we can wipe out him and his war with one big fight here. But let's just have a quick look at something. I want to see if... Now, do you know, I don't want to muck around with our movement range, but I feel like he's probably going to have more forces somewhere. Because there was a small army in this vicinity. He might have some stuff at Paravon. For that matter, you can see that, can't you? Yes, they've got some military presence there, so I'd like to be able to trap them if I can. So let's go into ambush stance here with this army.
A land ship would be quicker.
Stand them there.
I am Prince
And then declare war on Grom. And we should have support from my own army, but possibly also some from the garrison of Karak Ziflin. No, he did manage to wipe all that out. Okay, we've got a serious advantage here. I'm not going to auto-resolve this. I do not trust this auto-resolve. Especially because there's going to be other enemies in play here. So I don't particularly like this map, but we can rush backwards towards that corner. So we should be okay. Let's just get into it. Alright, so their reinforcements will be in fast, but that is what it is. Let's just put the Pistoliers here. I want them to try and distract some trolls just to take away some of the initial impact. And we'll set up the rest here as deep as we can, so we can just rush everyone back. The cavalry, let's leave them... there in the trees for the moment. The spellcaster, I'm going to have here, I'm going to try and hide him in the trees to see if I can get a cast off. But the main thing is we need to get these guys moving backwards as soon as possible towards the corner. So get them going. Spellcaster to there. Pistoliers to there. Right, let's start arranging this stuff now. Let's get these to here. Mortars. We'll put these archers as the further forward of the archer lines. Then we'll just go like that, that, and that. Now, if we can lure them into attacking with these trolls a little bit... Oh, Grom. Yes, if Grom can come in a bit sooner, that would be wonderful, because we can shoot the living shit out of him. In fact, let's get that cavalry out of the way, because we don't want to distract him from that. No, he's not going to do it. What a prick. Okay, if it's just trolls, then that's also good. Let's just lure them over here. Anything we can kill off early is all good. I think the rock lobbers have been firing stuff at us. That's okay. Waste your ammo, lads. But yeah, just get early shots against whatever we can, and then I'll send the pistoliers back. Do you know what? We've almost wiped these. Or we've almost routed them, so let's get the Reiksguard over here, because then they can pursue them off the battlefield if we can get them to rout. In fact, I'm just going to charge them with the Reiksguard. It's not going to take much to get these guys to shatter now. Okay, they're now routing. Right. Go after Grom. These guys. These will be the rear archer line. Artillery to there. What's happening? Oh, spellcaster's close to getting spotted. Let's move. Right, these have shattered. Get back. Get those to there. Handgunners to there. Start moving the guys out. Right, superb. Grom is chasing us. So I'm going to take them out of skirmish mode and I'm going to run them across the line. You know, I don't think he's paying attention to the Reiksguard. I think he's paying attention to the Pistoliers. In which case, I'm going to take the Reiksguard over here because it might give us a chance to back rage those rock lobbers.
Great wizard! Take position! Wayfinding! Overcoming inertia! Fire! Fire!
Right, let's take the Pistoliers to there. I think he's now going to be in a position in which he's just going to go all in. Do you know, stop firing. Mortars, Jesus Christ. Nope, get back. There we go. He's going where I want him to.
For the Warhammer! At speed! Moving faster! Moving now! Yes, General! Fire! Fire!
There we go. He's done. Okay, so we've got some stuff chasing the Reiksguard around. And we can now send the Pistoliers out again. Because that is already a huge win for us, taking out Grom this early.
What do you bid?
Right, now the mortars can fire at will.
Engineer.
I'm going to put him there. Him there. Do you know what? Let's... For a start, let's bias these a bit over to this side, because that's where I think the majority of the impact's going to come. Although maybe not, based upon the way they're spreading at the moment. Well, we'll see. We've got plenty of time to move around, but let's make sure I've got these guys in order. So I want that guy there, this guy here, this guy here, and Karl Franz is in the right place. Okay. Okay, it looks like the River Troll Hag... Oh, Rock Lobbers. Right, let's try and charge them. The River Troll Hag is casting against the Reiksguard, which is perfect. It's an absolute waste of her magic. But if we can get them off of the Rock Lobbers, that basically turns them into a really shit melee unit. Right, they have hit the Rock Lobbers and taken them off of their artillery. So we're just going to get the Reiksguard out. If I can hit these pump wagons as well and get them into a fight away from the rest of the army, that also will be really good. These guys are getting shot by archers. That's what's happening there. Okay, Cav, just get out of that. I'm going to send them over here and just let them be a distraction. This is a bit more spread out than I would like, to be fair. Let's turn around a little.
Yes, sir.
And let's try and get a cast down.
The winds glow hot. On way. Taking position. The Empire endures. Reiksguard Knights.
Let's go for that archer unit with the Cav. There we go. Let's go for those orc boys.
Reiksguard Knights.
There we go. We're absolutely maiming Grom's army here. They look like they're right on the brink of giving up. And now what I'll do is I'll push these out and turn them around a little. Oh shit, there's the River Troll Hag. There we go, they've routed. Jobs are good. Didn't the Reiksguard do shit against those Orc Arrow boys? That was pathetic. Well, that's good enough because they're in forced march, so we'll just take what we've got there. Okay, so I don't think we're short of money here. It's decent money, but I think, yeah, I'm going to go with the replenishment because we could have big fights coming up. So that's Grom's starting army and his River Troll Hag taken out. We want to stick close by this ambushing army here.
If you want it done right,
we will go Route Marcher for that army.
upwards, eh? Summon the Elector Counts.
Lightning Strike for Karl Franz. Magical reserves for him. We'll go piercing shots. And we'll go scavenge, get extra money from loot. It might even be worth, well, next turn maybe, boosting up Helmgut. Right, so we can spend on some stuff here as well while we're at it. So we'll go for the Altdorf Conclave of Battle Wizards. And I say let's go for the Public Order building, because our Public Order there is not amazing. In fact, it's crap, but, you know, here, I don't know, we could actually, like, hold on to Gisero and Castle Artois if we wanted to. I'm not going to start putting growth into it yet, because we could still also sell it to someone else. So, yeah, we'll leave that as is for the moment. But, yeah, that was a good turn 12. Let's end the turn. Okay, so just to give you a heads up, over the end turn, Scaling have offered us a peace treaty, so that's another advantage to declaring war on them early. We'll just accept that because Nordland will just have to deal with it. Let's skip all this pop-up bullshit. Fealty of all elector counts will go for that. Now, let's see what else Grom's got in this region.
So many ideas. A land ship would be quicker.
Okay, so there's a full army with a war inside Paravon. Plus, obviously, there's also a garrison there as well. Well, we've got it pinned down, so why not just take it out? This is an ideal opportunity for us, so we'll hold that there.
Expert in innovation.
We will bring this army in close behind. I don't think that's going to make any difference to our Winds of Magic. But, hey, why not take a look? Now, it's showing valiant defeat there, but I really don't think that's likely to be a valiant defeat. There's no holes in the walls, but they are at 82 strength, so they're weakened. But yeah, this should be simple enough. We've got good magic, we've got plenty of ammo. I think this is the standard Bretonnian one, which we saw before at Castle Artois, or Bastion, whichever it bloody was. Yeah, it is. It's this one here. So one tower to worry about at a time, basically. So let's get to it. Okay, so I've set up in front of our normal starting place here. I've got the units divided up for the moment. Obviously, reinforcements will come in. And what I'm going to do this time is I'm actually going to use the mortars to take out the tower, which they're not great at. But this one's been weakened. And also, handily, that means that we'll have plenty of ammo. But then when we get our replenishment in from our Master Engineer, that will mean that we've got plenty of mortar ammo to be doing damage with here. So let's just get on with that. And there we go. That's the army loss penalty. They actually came outside to fight us after we started to take the wall. So that's fine. It's a bit weird. We were going to win anyway, but that was a peculiar way for it to happen. End of the battle, close victory, whatever. Okay, so for this one, we're just going to occupy. There's no real money in it for us regardless.
Yes, Master Engineer.
This guy,
For the Empire.
let's go... reassuring presence.
Never complacent.
And let's start recruiting some more archers for him. And then for Karl Franz, we can max out Lightning Strike. Now, that means we kind of don't need this second army now, so we can actually move that out.
Yes, to unite the provinces.
Because we no longer need to worry about wars. We've taken out two major war factions, major war armies anyway. Double Flamestorm. So we're now on full Flamestorm. Let's go Master of Ballistics and Triangular... Master of Ballistics and Restock for this guy. And we will go double Elusive there to max out Elusive for him. And obviously we're going to go for Quenelles, we're going to go for Aquitaine, Bordelot, Massive Orcal. The rest of it is fairly self-explanatory for you guys. Now, I don't normally skip forward in my guides. If you've watched them frequently in the past, you'll know this. I normally show you every turn. However, in the case of this particular guide, it was getting very long, and basically everything after Paravon was kind of really obvious and easy, and there were no really challenging things to show you. It was just a mop-up. So I'll take you through what it is that I did. Took Quenelles, came around to Massif Orcal, fought Grom the Paunch and another army outside Massif Orcal here, took Massif Orcal, took Aquitaine, took Bordelot. There was a rebellion at Altdorf. I fought that with the second army, and we got very lucky and got a Hellstorm rocket battery as a gift after winning that. And Eilhart was taken out by Kazrak One-Eye, but we've since taken it back. And now our armies, we've got one positioned near Altdorf and one positioned here in Bretonnia. We have got the whole of the Reikland province. We've got Helmgart, and we've actually reached a stage at which it's possible that we could keep hold of all of these settlements here that we've taken, because we've got a bunch of provinces. We've got Forest of Arden, we've got Forest of Chalon, we've got Barrows of Krell, however you pronounce that, whatever, and we've got River Brienne, and we're in reasonable shape. Now, that basically means this is the first 20 turns sorted out, and you can see that we've taken out Heinrich Kemmler and we've taken out Grom the Paunch. They're both completely gone. Both factions are wiped out. After the Paravon stage, it was all really obvious and easy. Now, I'll tell you what your options are from here on. As you can see, things have gone a bit nasty in the Empire, but you expect that when you've been away for 20 turns. Now, what you can do, you can, if you want, sell these settlements turn after turn to the Fey Enchantress, to Lewin Leonker, whoever, and just use that to build up a huge sum of money, because if you've got these barracks buildings inside them, they will pay serious money for these settlements. Or you can actually choose to hold on to them. Now, one of the reasons why you might choose to sell them is because that then bolsters Bretonnia's defences, so that they can then hold out the Beastmen in the south, Ikit Claw, etc, etc. However, if you decide to hold on to this, you're obviously going to have to commit military forces to coming south and taking these enemies out yourself, possibly alongside the Fey Enchantress. But that's entirely up to you. The last time I played the campaign, I sold everything and just concentrated on the Empire, but we're in really great shape here, so playing this campaign through, I might actually continue and just do the full southern expansion as well as the northern expansion. In the Empire, obviously, you've got Vlad von Karstein to deal with, and Kazrak still exists, even though Elspeth von Draken has taken out his Herdstone, and you've still got to obviously deal with Festus and a bunch of other things, but it's not a bad position to be in. This army can just come across and wage war against Vlad and can start reviving the Midland faction here. This army can come up to support it, and you can like speed recruit if you absolutely need to some more troops to come in and defend if, for example, Ikit Claw decides to come up and he's threatening the Fey Enchantress. But basically you're set. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 whole provinces that we hold. Obviously 2 of them are only one settlement provinces, and one of those is a fort, but 6 provinces in 20 turns, 2 very, very solid armies. They could do with a little improvement here and there, maybe fewer archers now that we can afford to move on. Our finances are pretty good. We're building defences here and in other locations like Bordelot. So we're looking very strong, and you can continue the campaign on from there. Now, I hope this video has proven useful to you guys, and that if you've been having trouble in the past with Karl Franz, that you won't be in the future thanks to this advice. If that's the case, or even if you've just enjoyed the videos, I'd really appreciate you hitting like, subscribing, and joining me in the next video. Also, put your comments down in the comments section of things that you might do differently in the campaign, or problems that you've been having in your version of it, and also mention any campaigns that you have been struggling with that you would like to see a guide for. Either way, thank you for watching, guys, and I hope to see you again in another video very, very soon.